And a good Tuesday, everybody. Welcome in Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hope you're having a great start to your day. He's Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos behind the glass. What's up, Joe? We're back in the studio. I feel like we're never here anymore.
This is the only day of the entire week that I'm here.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it, man. Just one day.
Thank you, Peyton.
You got it, buddy.
Appreciate that.
No problem.
We got a great show planned. Tim Hasselbeck going to join us in about an hour. Really looking forward to getting his analysis on the Titans and Cam Ward and some of these quarterbacks that we saw in week number one. I got to tell you, watching the game last night, I'm still not sold on Caleb Williams. I'm not sold on J.J. McCarthy yet either because that was his first start, but he had a decent, at least second half to his first start. I'm not sold on Caleb Williams because I watched some of the decision making and I don't think he's like 100% sure yet.
I like him a lot. He's got a hell of an arm when he's on target. That play at the goal line, the fake flip toss, it was great play call. He's good. He's got a great arm.
100%. Where I was going with that is I am seeing enough, though, to make me think last year's quarterback class might be pretty damn good.
Yeah, they're pretty. They are. Drake May, McCarthy, Caleb. I mean, I think they're really.
The NFL needs them to be.
I mean, you look at
they need what's next.
You look at the class of '83 that was drafted with Elway and Kenny O'Brien and Tony Eason and Marino. I mean, it took a while for a lot of those guys to develop, but two guys out of the gate, Marino and Elway, boom, they were good. So it's the same thing. But look, they put him in situations last night. He got lazy, throwing off his back foot. Minnesota guessed right on some of the down the stretch on some of his plays. He'll get there. I mean, he's got an arm, and I think he knows what he's doing. I'm not sold completely on him, but I think it's a lot better than what most teams have around the league.
Today, I know we didn't go. We had some things going on, but the media got a tour of new Nissan Stadium. I am wondering if Brian Callahan was a part of that so they could show him where an elbow could land inside. No, I'm kidding.
He's like, man, I know that rule. I misspoke.
Here's my favorite.
I
was listening to Robbie and Rex Road, and they were discussing it, and people were like, "Will you move on, please? Can you move on? We don't want to talk about this anymore." And I'm like, "Will you take off your two-tone glasses for a second?" And,
well, I think it's a
like
small
the head coach
minority.
didn't know a rule.
I think it's a small amount of people across the street who don't want to talk about it, and I think a lot of people do because it's so dumb that you didn't know a rule, and you're the head coach.
Yep.
You are the head coach. You did not know the elbow equals a catch. I don't understand that, and in a few minutes we'll give our question of the day, which leads into that, but I still you hammer this for a little bit because this is the topic.
Because it's a big concern. But here's what I'm going to do. It's Tuesday. It's a beautiful day. Got some great weather. We are going to have, I think, our last little shot of summer because that's what happens.
I just saw that.
We get fake fall for a little bit, and then we get, I guess, summer revisited.
See the temperature Sunday?
It's like 96, something like that.
Our buddy Dan Thompson, 95. Doesn't matter when it's over 90. So, yeah.
Was thinking about going to the Titans game.
Go, it's the Rams. Go see it, man.
But anyway, what is something positive about this football team not named Cam Ward?
Oh, okay. Dr. Crane,
that's not our question of the day. I'm just asking you guys. But
positivity flowing.
You can jump in.
Secondary, 2 interceptions. I mean, come on now. Got to look at that. That's a positive.
Okay.
Dude, I was going to go Roger McCreary.
Yeah.
I like Roger McCreary. The fact he's only playing on slot, on a nickel, get out of here, man. I like Roger McCreary. I think he's got talent, and he's also in that contract year, so he's playing. He knows what he's doing.
Slot machine.
He's going to get paid.
Yeah. So I think
he needs to.
I think he's good. It's about time we've had – name the good cornerbacks we've had here.
Samari Roll, Cortland Finnegan.
That's 20 years ago, right?
Alteron Werner was decent. He was decent.
He found success elsewhere, obviously.
He was okay. He was okay. Who was the other one? Who was the guy they got from the Colts?
Nick Harper.
He was okay. McCourty was okay.
See, okay.
McCourty was McCourty was pretty good. He was on bad teams.
Won the Super Bowl for the Patriots in 2018. I knew that.
But
I like McCreary. I think he's He knows where to go and what to do. And it's easy when you're playing a nickel. I understand that because the guy's going to throw the ball. But at the same time, he has put himself in great position. So I go Roger McCreary. What say you, buddy?
For the first time in a long time.
Oh, God.
Special teams. I mean, they got a special teams coordinator that knows what he's doing. They had a 71-yard kick return with Chim DK.
Yep.
I mean, special teams, I feel like – now, I agree with what both of you said.
But give us an individual.
And I would have said that.
Right. Give me an individual.
I'll say DK. They got a return man.
On the return, yeah. As a receiver.
Well, yeah, but they got to I'm saying return.
All right.
No, look, the one I really want to say, and he makes it so damn hard to say, is Jeffrey Simmons, because a lot of the plays that were made defensively the other day were started with him, but then he had to go be a bonehead and have a dumb penalty.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he played really well, and
90% of the game he played well.
I mean, he blew up some plays indirectly because of him. The Broncos got nowhere, but look, you got to put it behind and go forward. And now you got to figure out if the head coach knows what he's doing. I mean, it's a really, really bad. I know Robbie and Rick, my favorite show, talked about it. Jake Lyman talked about it. Everybody's talking about it, and it should be talked about because you think about it. Let me ask you this. Had Andy Reid not known that rule, will we be talking about it? Yes.
Yeah.
Why? Because he's a head coach. The coach for Arizona, I don't even know that guy's name. If he didn't know, we'd be banging on that guy. It goes on and on and on. If you didn't know the rule of the game, or I thought Joe Rexford had a good point today. Why does nobody in the booth know the rule?
Right. I know.
I mean, there's these tentacles off of this one play that are far reaching that we need explanations for.
And he's probably not going to, he's probably going to be asked about it again and be like, guys, I've addressed this. Like, he's going to, it's just like, please, for the love of God, can we move on?
We need to get Larry Woody over there to ask some questions. We're moving on.
You know, it'd be hilarious if, like, before the press conference, he comes out and he, like, hands everybody, like, $20 bill. Be like, will you please not ask me about not knowing a rule?
Oh, my gosh.
Paul will be like, no,
we're not going to talk about it. First question. Hey, Brian, did you really not know an elbow? In New York, Philadelphia, he'd be hammered. And here's the thing. A lot of people are mad because a lot of people care, right? If nobody called in or texted in or had any question about, that's when you worry. Right? That's when you worry. Nobody cares.
By the way, Matthew in Nashville is texting in, like, do you have cameras in here and have looked at our whiteboard? Because he's like, all these things he's asking about on the text line, we're going to talk about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Matthew.
Except for that George Kittle has been placed on IR. So the week 1, he's already hurt.
Yep. It happens.
He's going to be out like 4 to 5 weeks. So
hate it. Good player.
Yeah. He's a good player.
Generational.
Ball club. He's generational. He's not like Cookie. Cookie's, man. Love Cookie.
I was like, what are you talking about? Jerry Cook.
Jared Cook is Cookie.
Did you see the honor the Bears at halftime last night?
Yeah.
And
he was out there, right?
He was out there. I didn't see him. They showed Richard Dent, Singletary, Dan Hampton.
And the punky QB known as McMahon.
It held up the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Badass. I mean, it was just you see those guys. I mean, Clayton talked about it yesterday, just the most dominating defense. And I thought Aikman was great about it.
Aikman was cool too.
Because they said, you talk about offensive baseball, they're not the 27 Yankees. And then football, it's always,
the 85 Bears.
They're not the 85 Bears. And my goodness.
Is that for you like the greatest team in your lifetime that you're always going to look back on?
It is. And the fact they didn't win 2 or 3 more blows my mind.
Yeah.
But they lost Buddy Ryan after 85. Parcells had the Giants rolling in 86. Gibbs had the Redskins in 87. And then the Niners came back after that. But that 1 year, I mean, I remember Monday Night Football watching the Bears and the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl thinking, God, I'd love to be there. And Marino just carving them up down the field. And then the very next day, according to lore, they went and did the Super Bowl shuffle. They got back. Could you imagine a football team in November cutting a video about winning the Super Bowl? They knew they were going to win. And I love that bravado. A lot of teams don't have that anymore where you're going to win. And that was kind of cool. There's no team now. You're like, oh, they got that bravado a little bit because it was just fun watching that team back then.
Mine's probably 92 or 93 Cowboys.
Good teams.
Yeah. I mean, And really, the answer is probably the '95 team, but I don't want to give Switzer all that credit.
No, not at all.
But they added Dion. Like Dion was a pretty big piece that
Yep.
they needed to add.
And if Neil O'Donnell knew how to throw a football to the right color jersey, it might have been a different game.
Yeah.
Was it Larry Brown?
Larry Brown
Made all
he was the MVP.
Was the MVP that way?
And like they talk about in that documentary of like, yeah, they never like Larry Brown never did anything.
Yeah, right. Well, I like the '93 Cowboys because they had to go back and repeat. The Bills were mad. They were out for vengeance. They're fortunate, but we're going to get this one. And the Cowboys just went to Atlanta and played their football game, and the Bills couldn't stop them. They just overpowered them and won. And then Jimmy was gone a few weeks later.
Indeed he was. All right, so our question of the day when it comes to the Tennessee Titans.
Should Brian Callahan give up play calling duties and concentrate on just being a head coach? Should Brian Callahan give up play calling duties and just concentrate on being a head coach? I'm interested to see what people say. 615-737-1025.
Question of the day is presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. Check them out at ariestactical.com. Should Callahan give up play calling duties? I will give my answer. Coming up next, 615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. And also, Big Joe is maybe following what Titans Twitter is saying, that the Titans should do something.
Oh, I forgot about that. I even wrote it down.
Yep. We may have to bring that up. We will bring that up. Coming up next, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. I don't know what we're doing today, but I'll roll with it. Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday.
It just makes you listen to Dean Martin makes you feel better.
It does.
Woo!
It does. I've decided on my drive-in that I will listen a majority of the drive-in. I'm going to listen to our shows because I love our shows.
Well, you're the boss,
and and it's part of my job. But
Right.
I do legitimately enjoy our lineup. But when I'm about 10 minutes out, I'm gonna throw some music on just so I can kind of get in the mood, get ready to rock, take on the day. And I'll just throw it on shuffle and see what it throws at me. So that's kind of been my routine. It's been good.
So what's it? What? Give me a song.
Today was a little bit of Biggie Smalls, Notorious B.I.G.
Okay.
I was kind of bumping to that, and then it took a hard left turn into Fleetwood Mac, and then a little Elvis.
Well, before we got ready, I was playing Chase a second of all these songs, and you got like 98% correct. It's very proud of you. We can't do that on the radio because the delay takes too long and all that, but you did well. I was proud of you.
Yeah, it was fun. 615-737-1025. Should Brian Callahan give up play calling duties and focus on being the head coach? Ryan in Florida. Yes. Ron. Yes. Too much on his plate in doing that. And by doing that, he just fired himself, but not. I can't read all that. Sorry. Voice to text, man.
Right.
3746 says, what is most troubling about Coach Callahan is that you never hear him take personal responsibility for any of his mistakes. If he can't do this, how can we expect him to lead effectively? I don't know if I'm going to say, I mean, he did. I kind of backpedaled too. I mean, he owned up to it, and then he said he knew the rule and he misspoke.
So which is it?
Right.
Yeah.
So Weston Clarksville, yes, he needs to give up duties of play calling, or they need to find another coach to be the head coach if he wants to call plays. Skylar says, no, I don't know what Callahan is worse at, being a play caller or a head coach. Fire his ass and bring somebody that knows what they're doing in here before they ruin this quarterback.
Look, we talked yesterday. Mike McCoy is on staff as an assistant, former head coach of the Chargers. So you have a coach who has been in that position before, who could run the team on game day. I mean, it's just there's a lot he's got to do.
Let me play devil's advocate for a second, though, because I agree. Look, I am with you that this is too much for him. But do you want to fire? Let's say you fire him in the next month. Do you think that is it helpful to Cam to fire him in a month and name an interim and basically change things again? He'll have a different play caller when you do that, whether it's Mike McCoy or Bo Hardigree or whatever. You'll do that, or do you basically internally just go, okay, yes, this guy sucks, we're going to move on, but we don't want to throw, because what happened with Caleb Williams is basically in the past year he had 3 offensive coordinators.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, like, so you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you like, I agree. If you get to the bye week, especially, but if you get to the Patriots game and you're over and like they look like they did the other day, making dumb mistakes and he didn't know the rules, then
right.
You fire him.
I'm not advocating for him getting fired, right?
Yeah.
I'm just advocating for you to delegate a few things on your staff.
Yeah.
Obviously, look, you talk to a regular offensive coordinator and there's a lot going on. You got to disseminate. Did I say that word correctly? Disseminate?
Yeah. That's good enough.
Is that, did I say
he's like, yeah, sure.
Is that, I'm not going to say what I think that word means to me somehow, but you got
you're good.
I feel like you're going down a slippery slope.
Yeah.
there.
Right. I mean, this is what farmers do. So listen, with their cows, right? Now they get,
Yep, that's
all right. Thank you.
That's true.
You got to get all the information in. You got to break down plays. Hey, what's the safety? You got to sit with them and show them everything, not the quarterback coach. You have the play caller's got to tell Cam Ward why he's calling these plays, why we're doing this and doing that. The quarterback coach really can't do that. So as a head coach, now you got to come on and say, hey, So-and-so's got a 15-yard penalty. Should we take him out or leave him in? Oh, hold on, Cam. Let me go do it. There's a lot going on with this. It's okay to give up something. Hell, you might be a really good head coach. We don't know, but we know you're a terrible play caller. So give something up. It's okay. But I'm not advocating for you to being fired. Not now. Let it run its course. You might turn this whole thing around, and we would love it.
So
Love it.
Okay, let me ask you this. Why does it work for Kevin O'Connell? He calls plays, right?
He does, allegedly.
Yeah. Why does it work for him? I mean, look what he's done since he's been there. He was a career backup. And now, granted, I think you probably learned something being Brady's backup, and he was. But he made Kirk Cousins, he revitalized Kirk Cousins' career.
Yeah.
He revitalized Sam Darnold's career.
Yeah.
We'll see with J.J. McCarthy, but I mean, J.J. came out looking pretty bad in the first half, threw that interception, and all of a sudden in the second half, it kind of clicked for him.
What if he has a guy that he completely trusts to run things for him while he's calling plays? What if you had, what if you got a guy on that staff who says, all right, whatever goes on, I trust you, just tell me and I can tell the refs. If that goes on, I'm fine with it. Some guys are built. Sean Payton's built for it. Andy Reid's built for it. There are some coaches who are built for it.
I mean, look, in the National Football League right now, Kyle Shanahan, Andy Reid, Sean McVay, Kellen Moore, Ben Johnson, Kevin O'Connell, Matt LaFleur, Brian Schottenheimer, Sean Payton, Brian Callahan all call plays.
That's 10 of 32, right?
That's what's popped up. There could be more.
Yeah. So some do it, some can. I mean, the thing is, he's proven he can't do it. Now, go back through all those again. Sean McVay. Who does Sean McVay have? Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
Who does Zach Taylor have? Joe Burrow.
Who
does Matt LaFleur have? Jordan Love. He had Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
I mean, they've all got really good.
Mike McDaniel calls plays.
And how bad is it going?
Right. It's bad. All right. Here, these are the play callers for every team. This literally came out today. Hot damn. This is the every team in the National Football League.
All right.
Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins, Mike McDaniel, head coach. Patriots, Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator. New York Jets, Tanner Engström, the offensive coordinator. I have no idea who that is. Baltimore Ravens, Todd Monken, the offensive coordinator. Bengals, Zach Taylor, head coach. Browns, Kevin Stefanski, head coach. Pittsburgh, Arthur Smith, offensive coordinator. Houston, Nick Caley, offensive coordinator. Colts, Shane Steichen, head coach. Jacksonville, Liam Cohen, head coach. Titans, Brian Callahan, head coach. Broncos, Sean Payton, head coach. Chiefs, Andy Reid, head coach. Raiders, Chip Kelly, offensive coordinator. Chargers, Greg Roman, offensive coordinator. Cowboys, Brian Schottenheimer, head coach. Giants, Mike Kafka, assistant head coach and offensive coordinator, which I think it was Dayball, and he gave it up. So that's interesting. Eagles, Kevin Patullo, offensive coordinator.
Really? Okay.
Commanders, Cliff Kingsbury, offensive coordinator. Bears, Ben Johnson, head coach. Detroit Lions, John Morton, offensive coordinator. And I think when what's his name became the head coach, I think he was calling plays. Dan Campbell, and he gave it up. Packers, Matt LaFleur, head coach. Vikings, Kevin O'Connell, head coach. Falcons, Zach Robinson, OC. Carolina Panthers, Dave Canales, head coach. Saints, Kellen Moore, head coach. Bucks, John Grizzard, offensive coordinator. Cardinals, Drew Petzing, offensive coordinator. Rams, McVay, head coach. 49ers, Shanahan, head coach. Seahawks, Clint Kubiak, Gary's son, offensive coordinator. So that's half the league.
Half the league. All right. You go back, we talk about the quarterbacks that you have. All right, Zach Taylor, great. You got Joe Burrow. Sean McVay, great. You got Matthew Stafford.
I mean, you got Brock Purdy with the 49ers.
Yeah, Brock Purdy.
I mean, I don't put him in the same category as Burrow.
People knock Dak Prescott down. I like Dak Prescott. I mean, you got a good quarterback there. Yeah. So Kellen,
who the Saints got?
Spencer Rattler.
Right.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Just terrible.
Bryce Young
he'll get there. He might not be the guy, but he's working. He's a lot better now than he was the first year.
My point, I see your point because you're right. Some of these guys do have the elite quarterback, but some don't. Like Kevin O'Connell's made it work for for 2 average quarterbacks and made them above average.
Yeah. You saw how well Andy Reid called a game with Carson Wentz last year? How well did that go? Pretty awful against the Broncos. Remember, they beat the snot out of them?
But again, he did that. I mean, he did it in Philadelphia with McNabb, with Michael Vick, with Kevin Kolb,
some can do it,
Right.
Right now, he's 3-15.
LaFleur's done it. I mean, LaFleur, I think, is an interesting one to look at because, yes, he had Aaron Rodgers, but then he got Jordan Love, and everybody thought Jordan Love sucks, and he made Jordan Love good.
How long Jordan Love sit?
Also a good point.
2 years? 3 years?
2 years, yeah.
Something like that, yeah. So I get it. If you're just – it's okay. It's okay to give it up. It's okay. Let Nick Holtz do something besides get your coffee and dry cleaning. Let him do something. It's okay. You might be a great head coach. We don't know because you're too busy trying to figure out the offense.
4405's yelling at us. You hired Callahan as a play caller, not because of his leadership. Number one, we didn't hire him.
No, when I found out he had never called a play, I sit right here on this show and said, that's a bad hire. That's a bad hire.
Look, I just think what this is telling you is in today's NFL, if you are an offensive coach and you are hired to be the head coach, you're calling plays.
Yeah, right. So one of the best
and if
things
he can't, so to a lot of textures' point, if he can't do that, he doesn't need to be here.
Right. To a greater point, one of the best things we've ever heard on the station, he'll come on with us at 1:00 today. Tim Hasselbeck, we talked about John Harbaugh in Baltimore. And I said, Tim, why is John Harbaugh so good as a head coach? And when he was just a special teams coach for the Eagles. And he said, we've talked about this, special teams coach touches every player on that team. You have to deal with, besides the quarterback, every player deals with the special teams coach. He knows these players and you get to know them and you see the game and you observe things. That's why John Harbaugh is one of the top 3 football coaches in the National Football League.
615-737-1025. Our question of the day, should Brian Callahan give up play calling? Clay will lead us off. Clay, what's up?
Boys, how we doing today?
We're good.
Joe, it sounds like you're a little upset today. You sound like me.
Well, I'm not upset. I'm just, when something's not working, don't do the Albert Einstein thing. The definition of insanity, keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. It's okay if you give a few things up and see what you can do after that, because there's some talent sitting on that football team, and it's getting overshadowed by a head coach who doesn't know what he's doing.
Well, do we not go back to what y'all were just talking about? When you said on the show that it was a bad hire. So isn't that Amy's fault for hiring this guy?
It is. And why are you eating and talking to us?
What are you eating?
I'm having lunch.
Oh,
thanks.
Thanks for calling us in the middle of lunch.
You're the best, Clay.
Anyway, yeah.
Go ahead.
Anyway, I called in and told Dr. Rain it was a perfect time for me to call.
It is. This is really good radio.
Y'all were talking about the Cowboys case. You're a Cowboys fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. I was at the 93 Super Bowl. I went. And so I remember the glory days, just like you do. And I've said it on the show that Jerry Jones is an idiot. And he traded Micah Parsons. Why don't we trade CeeDee Lamb now? Because basically he cost us the Eagles game. Did he not, dropping all those passes?
Yeah, he did. He sure did. He's probably eating on the sidelines.
All right, Joe. Anyway, question of the day, look, I hope it gets better. I want the Titans to be a good football team. I want them to be coached right. I want the players to be good. And right now they're just awful. Let's admit that.
They're terrible. They're just absolutely terrible.
Yep.
All right.
Anyway.
Thank you, Clay.
See you, boys.
See ya.
See you, pal.
I'm counting while he was talking. 12, 13, 14. We're over at 15, 16, 6. So it is literally half the league. 16 coaches call plays.
All right, well, we probably need to stop that trend.
I don't know. It's interesting. It's got you talking. 615-737-1025. We'll continue this discussion. Coming up next, Tim Hasselbeck at the top of the hour. Chasing Big Joe, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel on 1025 The Game.
Did you have the play calls, Paul? Did you see him? No. Okay. Well,
What were you expecting out of it?
we had a couple aggressive play calls down the field, try to work across the field with some of the man coverage they were playing. So we just didn't hold up well enough in protection. They covered it pretty well.
You know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read word up.
This is what I was listening to earlier. Well done. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. Taking your text on Brian Callahan. A lot of you are weighing in on this. 6614 says Brian Callahan reminds me of another guy who got a job he was not prepared for because of how legendary his father was as an assistant coach. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the option of the Nick Saban rehabilitation program to help him get the Ole Miss job. That's Chris.
It's a great text. Thank you, Chris.
Wes in Clarksville says, would you hire a plumber that never installed a toilet?
Oh, my Lord. That's perfect.
That is a great analogy, Wes.
That is fantastic. A guy who's only observed you putting a toilet in. That's great. That's what we're talking about.
Wow. That is a really good one. Doug and Franklin, if you look down Broadway, Vanderbilt has Jerry Kill to support Clark Lee when he calls defenses.
Yeah.
But Clark's given up defensive play calling too.
But last year when he had it,
but he did have him. Yeah.
He had a guy. I got a guy. Kevin O'Connell's got a guy.
Okay, now here's another thing too. A lot of people have pointed this out. He will guarantee himself getting fired if he gave up play calling.
Well,
I think there could be some truth to that because that's why you hired him. You hired him because he's supposedly from this, tree of these offensive gurus that can do both.
Well, he's not going to give up. He's not going to. The head coach thing, he's not giving up. He's not. But if it keeps continually going bad and his play calling's gets worse and worse and worse, then something's got to be done. I'm not advocating firing him, but delegate other things. Let Bo Harden play.
Like the thing is, he's closer to Nathaniel Hackett than he is Sean McVay.
Oh, 1,000%.
Or Adam Gase. I mean, there's all these guys. Who was the other one? Who was the Todd Haley? Todd Haley was another one that was just he was with the where was he the play caller? Steelers. Gets the Chiefs job.
Awful.
Terrible with the Chiefs. Goes back to the Steelers.
Yep.
I mean, Whisenhunt. Ken Whisenhunt's another one. You think back, Ken Whisenhunt. This is the same damn thing. Ken Whisenhunt is the offensive guru. Look how great he's made Phillip Rivers, and then he goes to Arizona, and look how great he made Kurt Warner again. He gets fired there, goes back. Look how great he continues to make Phillip Rivers. He's gonna develop Marcus Mariota, and he's gonna be the savior. And
didn't get it done.
He was terrible
as a head coach. I mean, the Cardinals, he had Kurt Warner, right? I think we would have been. And Larry Fitzgerald,
right? He didn't do anything. Kurt Warner just gave him confidence again.
Yeah.
But who did they draft?
Matt Leinart.
It was Leinart. Yeah.
They
drafted Matt Leinart.
Absolutely hates Ken Whisenhunt.
Right.
Said he ruined him.
Right.
Jake Locker had that same conversation with
Right. Exactly.
Could do that. Yeah.
Jake, he was so bad to Jake Locker that Locker just said, F it, and retired.
He's like, I'm done. No, you want to rethink that? No, he's going to be here. I'm out of here. Take care of yourself. It's okay if you're not good at something. All right. It's okay. I tell people all the time, fire your dream up. Go for it. If you fail at chasing your dream, you still succeeded because you tried. It's okay, Brian, that you're not good at this. Right. Delegate it.
Adam in Portland says, can you guys tell me anything the Callahans have done? And don't tell me Bill went to a Super Bowl. I'm well aware that he took John Gruden's team to a Super Bowl and lost to John Gruden. I'm also aware that Brian Callahan was the OC when Joe Burrow made the run to the Super Bowl. Let's also remember how amazing the offensive line was for Joe Burrow. These guys are both frauds. Get him out of here.
Not going to argue. I mean,
Bill Callahan he was a mediocre head coach that, yes, took a team that was already assembled to the Super Bowl with a MVP quarterback, and then was mediocre at Nebraska.
Very mediocre. Some aren't made to be head coaches. It's okay. You just move on and go on. You can be great assistant coaches. That's fine.
Matthew in Nashville pointed out that Wisenhunt won a Super Bowl with Big Ben in 2005.
As a
Offensive coordinator.
was not the head
That's
coach.
but that's what we're saying. Wisenhunt was a good offensive coordinator.
Yep.
Todd Haley was a good offensive coordinator. Adam Gase was a good offensive coordinator. Nathaniel Hackett with Aaron Rodgers was a good offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Callahan, to your point, was never an offensive. He was, but he never called plays.
Never called plays. Well, I make suggestions.
Right. So, I mean, look, I'll give you credit. You died on that hill, and now I come and visit you.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to see you. Bring food next time. If you don't mind, bring something with you to eat. Something from Bar Lines. I'd like.
We can do that.
Avocado smash burger, please.
Thomas in Nashville. Guys, I know coaches like to hire their buddies and friends, but I think it is coaching malpractice to hire guys as coordinators who have never held the job. If I am a coach getting my start, I want proven coordinators to make me look better. I don't know if he can figure it out or not. Thanks, guys.
John McClain has on our show said first-time head coaches hire their buddies because they come up together and say, hey, when I get a head coach, I'll hire you. And they're like, yeah, when I get a head coach, I'll hire you as well. It's when you start clearing that out and adding guys who really know what to do, then it's good. But, yeah, I think right now it's a mess. It's an absolute mess over there.
What was, going back, what was the smartest thing that Jimmy Johnson ever did? It's a very easy answer for me.
Got rid of Steve Walsh?
With the Cowboys, I should say.
Got rid of Steve Walsh?
Okay. Mine is he hired Norv Turner.
Oh, well, let's see. Yeah.
He hired Norv Turner because Norv Turner made Troy Aikman into what Troy Aikman became.
Right. Yeah.
You go back to your favorite team. What was the smartest thing that Ditka did? Well, and I know it wasn't quite Ditka's choice, but the smartest thing the Bears did in '85 or with that group was Ditka was the head coach. Buddy Ryan ran the defense.
Yep. That's what Fisher told us. Ditka gave him full autonomy to run that and let it go and do that. But I laugh about Steve Walsh. Remember, Steve Walsh was his quarterback in Miami, came in the supplemental draft and was going to start over Troy Aikman because Jimmy wasn't an Aikman fan.
Right.
And realized Aikman's good. So what does he do? Sends Walsh packing.
Yep.
And got Norv Turner, got Aikman, could come together. They work together. We talk all the time about Cam. Who's Cam's head? Callahan, Bo Hardigree, the quarterback coach, Nick Holtz, the de facto offensive coordinator who doesn't call plays. And then you got teammates in his head. There's a lot going on in his head. If he had one voice, it would be fine. He's got three.
Yep. Not everyone, 1277, not everyone is built for every job.
That is so true.
Josh from Florida, I say give it up or the Titans need to go out and hire Gruden or McCarthy.
Not McCarthy.
I'm with you.
Look,
he called his own plays too.
This town would be on fire for John Gruden. This town would be on fire for him.
Did Gruden call plays?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I wonder if he would bring Jay in.
Probably.
Was Jay on the staff with the Raiders?
I don't remember. I think it was Jay here with the Cats.
No, the second time.
I don't know.
I think he was still with the Redskins.
Might have been with the Redskins, yeah. Tell you what, man, bring my brother in here. Tell you what, man. That's all I got with him. But
Norv Turner is a prime example of someone that, again, great coordinator, maybe not as good of a head coach.
Yeah.
He did okay with the Chargers.
Did he go to the Redskins too?
He was the Redskins, and then was he the OC with the Chargers or the head coach with the Chargers?
Then he went to the 49ers too. He's been around a while.
Yeah.
But again, some aren't just made for that to be the head coach.
He left Dallas for the Redskins, was there 94 to 2000. He goes to San Diego as the OC. Miami is the OC with Jimmy, I think.
What year?
02 to 03.
Yeah, Wannstedt took over part of that down there.
Then he was he was a Raider. He was head coach of the Raiders 04 to 05, 49ers OC in 06, head coach of the Chargers 07 to 12, and then with Cleveland, Minnesota, Carolina.
Good Lord.
And he's a senior. He was last year a senior advisor to the Raiders.
Gosh, he bounced.
He's only 73. Like, he's been around But,
He's won games and all those. So I forgot he drafted Heath Schuler in Washington in 94.
Yep.
That was a disaster.
He went 49, 59, and 1.
From 94 to 2000.
In 96, he led the Redskins to a 71 start, but then finished 9-7.
Schuler?
No.
Or Norv?
Norv.
I think I had Gus Frerotte on that took over as quarterback. Just doesn't work. It's okay.
Do you know who he replaced as the head coach with the Oakland Raiders?
Kiffin.
No.
Oh, hold on. What year was he in Oakland? Callahan.
Bill Callahan.
Yes.
Yep.
They're all
it
connected.
all comes back around.
They're all connected. Good loud.
615-737-1025. More on this coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 the game here on this Tuesday. You're feeling good today.
Best
Dr.
singer
Crane's
of all
feeling good
time.
today.
So good.
19, a lot of texts just weighing in on our Callahan discussion. 1978 says if Callahan tanks, Miss Amy almost doesn't have a choice but to go after Gruden. She's going to need that new stadium pop.
1,000% correct on that.
Interesting. Ed, what's worse for Cam, keeping Callahan or starting all over? Is it now a 50-50 decision?
We'll see. I mean, you got the opportunity to see on Sunday what you could do. I'm telling you, though, you asked before the show started something positive on the team, not named Cam Ward, and we gave our answers. But I'm telling you, what I saw on Sunday from him did not get rattled, confident, terrible play calling. His receivers dropped the ball left and right, but that dude stood tall. I think he'll be fine once they figure this out with him. He'll be fine. Now, how long is it going to take? Nobody knows.
Yeah. All right. So I'm curious of something with Gruden, who he would bring in. His coaches, trying to find from 2021. Damn it, Wikipedia. Show me the coaching staff.
First, he got it. Does he want it?
Right. I mean, he has to decide, like.
But you got a new stadium. You got a quarterback. I mean, what else do you need? I mean, that's how you build things.
I'll find it in a second. Oh, here we go. All right, 2021. So that was the year he resigned, but he was 3-2 when he resigned.
Okay.
And Bisaccia took over and went 7-5, and I believe they got them to the wild card.
Yes.
Went in on a tie.
The Chargers did something, right? The Chargers didn't go for a field goal or went for something crazy.
So, coaches, he had Greg Olson as his offensive coordinator.
The former Braves catcher?
No. I don't know who he is. Gus Bradley was the defensive coordinator. Bisaccia was the special teams coordinator. Tom Cable, coach offensive line. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Guess who was on this?
Former Titans coach?
Nick Holtz was the assistant wide receivers coach.
Oh my God. Nick Holtz has been the assistant for a lot of things.
Rod Marinelli was the defensive line coach. John Morton was senior offensive assistant, and Richard Smith coached linebackers.
So the same John Morton is now at the Lions calling plays?
I guess. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
That is correct. You are correct, sir.
I mean, there'll be a lot of coaches that want to come here and be with him because you got Cam Ward. You got Cam Ward. So that's a good building block and a foundation going forward.
Greg Olson is gone. That was his last.
Rest in peace.
No, he's not gone.
Oh, okay.
That was his last job. No, he's still alive. He's
not around anymore.
He's no longer with us.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. You got to be careful with how you word things.
You sure
Coming up next, we're going to talk to Tim Hasselbeck, ESPN NFL analyst, and of course, the head coach of the Innsworth Tigers. We will do that next. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 the game. Hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. Continuing our football discussion with our absolute favorite. He is the head coach of the Innsworth Tigers and ESPN NFL analyst. Tim Hasselbeck is with us. Timmy, what's up?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
We're doing fantastic. A lot of discussion with Brian Callahan and all of that we'll get to in a second. But I just want to lead it off with, you've now watched Cam Ward in a true NFL game. I thought there was, obviously some growing pains, some good, some bad, but I thought overall that loss was not on him, and he looked decent.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I actually think, see a couple of those balls that are going off of people's hands, that you expect them to make. I actually think, I think it looks totally different. Look, I've said to you guys before, like, quarterback's a dependent position. So, like, you are expecting guys to make plays. So, it's no different than, the game last night. Like, you're expecting guys to make certain plays. And so, like, you need that to happen when you throw the football. You just do. So I think when you see some of the stuff, from the game, against the Broncos, you go, like, there is the ball going off of guys' hands a decent amount. And I think back to something I said to you guys, during the preseason, was that, like, you got to make the plays. I remember the throw he makes. I think it was Van Jefferson, maybe, who dropped the football.
Yes.
Like, you need to make those plays, because, like, that's the difference between feeling like, oh my gosh, what an amazing throw, like that's going to end up on a SportsCenter top 10, to, just missed that one. So, I think that's a real. I think there was too many of those. I think there was probably at least 4 of those in the game. And, like, to me, that's a big deal.
100%. When you took the head coaching job at Innsworth, you brought your brother in to be the offensive coordinator. I assume he's the one calling plays. So why was that kind of your thought process? I know high school, NFL, a little bit of a different level. But we see, I think now there are 16 coaches, half the league, calling plays in the National Football League. Why did you make that decision, and how difficult is it truly to be the head coach and call plays?
Well, basically because I don't think he was coming if he wasn't calling the plays.
Good answer.
Actually, what's funny is that's actually not how it started out. How it started out was he was like, no, you call it. And that was originally the plan. And then the more I kind of thought about it, I was like, you know what, you get to focus on this. Like, you're up in the box, like, you get to focus on it. Like, you do it. And I will tell you, like, I actually think that there's a lot that goes on in a game. Now, if I were calling plays, it would probably, kind of change things that I do during a game. But I would think that the best scenario is the head coach not calling the game, either offensively or defensively, just because of all the different things that happen in communication that needs to happen in a football game.
So why does, and I already know the answer, why does it work for Sean Payton and Andy Reid? Why does it work for those, and Kevin O'Connell? Why does it work for them?
I think that the guys that you named make a decision before the game. Well, I think there's a few things, but they all 3 of those guys script so much. So it's really just about, at that point, just picking the play off the sheet. Like, like, hey, first, 3rd and 3 to 5, I'm calling this play. And so, like, you're going to it. It's not so much like decisions being made at that, at that actual moment, where I think there's other people that feel like, look, we don't know what we're going to get. They may play us differently. And so what we're going to do is, we're going to see how this is going as we call the game. The guys you mentioned, I think oftentimes it is, like, you can ask them on Friday night, okay, the first 3rd and 7, what are you calling? And it's like, it's this call, and that's what I'm calling. So I think, I don't, I know Kevin O'Connell, but I don't know his process as much as, I know about the other 2 coaches' process. Right. But it was brought up last night in the broadcast about how much he scripts and, scripts calls. And, my guess is that Aikman in the production meeting, a similar conversation similar to this was probably had about, how do you do it? And it's, maybe it's along the lines of, look, we decide what those calls are, on Friday night or Saturday.
I was funny you brought that up. They showed Sean Payton on the sideline, Tim, calling a play, and he had his play calling whatever that was in front of him, and there were probably 200 plays on that thing, and it was like fine print broken down. I'm thinking, what all is on there? And that's exactly what you're talking about. Every situation probably mapped out, planned out, scripted out, and he thinks instead of like, oh, what am I going to do here? He already knows.
Yeah, it's done. You decide it. And I I was on and part of teams that's how they did it. And then there were times it was like, all right, the first 3rd and 7, like you could get any of these 3 calls. It's like, okay, well, that's different. You know what I mean? Because, one of them might be a blitz beater. One of them might be because, you think you're getting 2-man. One might be, because you're getting some, 3-man rush. So, a lot of it is, just like, what the play caller wants to do. But, I think with, especially when you think about coaches that have been doing it a long time, especially when you have a coach and a quarterback that have been together a long time, I think your menu can be deeper, but what you can do is, you just have the ability to be like, look, this is what we're doing. This is why I'm calling it. And, the quarterback just expects it to come in. So, look, that would be how I would want to do it. It's different. Like you said, Chase asked a question about high school and pro and all that stuff. Look, it's a limited time that you have, at the high school level for sure versus at the pro level. At the pro level, your menu can be, so much more, extensive because, look, it's their full-time job. They're not taking, calculus or biology during the day. And so, like, your menu of plays can be deeper, so you could get to something if you need to get to it, but that doesn't mean you still can't script out what you're going to do based on what you're expecting.
Interesting. How do you explain, Tim, or how frustrating is it when your star receiver can't catch a pass over the middle? And I lead that into saying, is this why preseason matters?
Yeah, look, I think preseason matters. I mean, like, look, Terry McLaurin, there's kind of a couple of missed opportunities with Terry McLaurin and Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels, by most accounts is, potentially a guy that could be in the MVP conversation if he, grows on what he did a year ago. And so now, you take that and you say, okay, Terry McLaurin's been a true number 1 for years. Like, why were they out of sync? Like, look, it's easy to make the connection with training camp, missed opportunities, timings, things of that nature. And so, look, I think that the same holds true when you're talking about, okay, a quarterback's not playing and it's his receiver and is there timing there? So, look, is it the reason for every drop or every miscommunication? No, but I think it's easy to connect the dots on them as well.
Tim Hasselbeck is with us. So one of the big things, obviously, we've been talking about was Brian Callahan elected not to challenge a catch by Alec Iomanner where his elbow comes down inbounds. Callahan admitted yesterday, sort of, he said that he had a misinterpretation of the rule. And then later on in the press conference, he said, no, I understand the rule. I just misspoke. It was pretty clear he didn't know that an elbow equaled 2 feet. Is that concerning for you for a second-year head coach?
Yeah, now I would say this, and like I've seen it, and it seems like it's definitely not been it's not been explained well. It would be shocking to me that if he didn't know that. And so and I know he's since said like, no, I understand the rule. You're getting me after the game and I'm talking and I don't know the whole context of how he's answering the question immediately afterwards, if there was confusion with how it was asked or what they were asking him about, why he didn't challenge it. I'd be shocked. Like, listen, any body part is equal to 2 feet. And I think that anybody that's been around the league, I think, knows that. That'd be a little bit like saying, like it's an obvious rule. I can't even think of one. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, it's shocking to me that, like, honestly, I can't believe. I don't believe it. I think is how I'm trying to say it. So, look, I don't, and so I'm hesitant to be like he doesn't know that rule, because, like, let's just say, for example, he didn't know it, right? Which I don't think is the case. I don't believe that every other coach on that staff does not know that.
That's my
including anybody that's helping him in the box or anything like that. Like, right? I mean, I think that's one of those ones where it's like there's no shot. Like, to me, this is like you answered a question that you weren't being asked a little bit. Like that's how I feel like this scenario. I mean, correct me if I've missed something about how somebody else has spoken about it, but like that's what it feels like to me.
No, and the other thing too is every head coach, and you just kind of alluded to this, has a guy that's up in the booth that, you know, can say, hey, you should challenge that, or no, don't challenge that, what have you. I mean, that's how it is pretty much for every team, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you always have help. You know what I mean? I mean, look, I have a coach on our staff that, you know, we're high school football, that, you know, for end of the game situations, you know, just so like as I'm there, you know, signaling a play in, that we could be like, wait a second, are we good? Are we positive that, you know, they have one more timeout, but there's this much time on the clock? Like, are we good? So yeah, these organizations that are extremely well resourced, you know, typically have a math major from MIT, you know, that's in the box that is saying, look, like, you know, plus 37 yard line, 4th and 1, like, look, the book says go for it here, you know, like, or we're going for 2 here. So yeah, in this age of analytics, there's all kinds of support, you know, coming from, you know, extensions of your coaching staff, and 100% regarding the replays, because the head coach is only going to see what's on the video board. Whereas, you know, somebody that's in the booth is going to have the video board. They're going to have TV angles. Like, they're going to have a number of different things that they can look at to decide whether or not they're challenging a play.
We will have more with the ESPN NFL analyst Tim Hasselbeck coming up next here on Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
Hey guys, Big Joe here. You might not know, but September is National Suicide Prevention Month, and we've been talking about this for 2 years with our guys out there. If you struggle, talk to somebody. I've been to way too many funerals in these last several years of friends who have taken their own lives, and we don't want that for you. We want you, if you're going through something, please reach out and talk to somebody all the time. Please reach out and talk to somebody. Anxiety and depression, 2 words that can wreck your life if you let them. As we say, most of us lead lives of quiet desperation, but it does not have to be that way. That's why we're so honored to be partnering with Unity Psychiatric Care, based right here in Middle Tennessee, to get you back on track and living the life you deserve. I tell you all the time, our world is a better place because you are here. Please trust me on that. Reaching out to someone and talking to someone saved my life, and I want the same for you. Just go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe Show. There, you will see a link for Unity Psychiatric Care, again, based right here in Middle Tennessee, and start taking back your life. Or you can call 1-888-508-8002. That's 1-888-508-8002. And guys, help is just around the corner. Take back your life. And please know you do not have to go through any of this alone. Again, go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe Show, and you'll see the link to Unity Psychiatric Care, and let the journey begin.
Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game, continuing our conversation with Tim Hasselbeck, Ainsworth football coach and ESPN NFL analyst. What did you think of J.J. McCarthy's NFL debut last night on Monday Night Football?
I loved the the resolve, the response to it not going perfectly early in the game, the score being the way that it was, and the way that there was kind of a poise and a fight to him that he seemed unshaken, and I think that's important, especially for a young guy who's getting an opportunity to play. He's following a guy who threw 35 touchdowns last year for a team, and so the expectations are high. It's a big stage on Monday Night Football, all that stuff. And so, it kind of leads at least me feel like this guy's made of the right stuff, because there's going to be adversity, and then, what is his response to it? How does he handle it? I think, throwing a pick six in that environment, falling behind, and then kind of fighting your way back through it, I think that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and I felt like when Kevin O'Connell talked about it after the game, he was asked, was there a specific moment that you kind of saw it all click? And he didn't want to necessarily say the interception, but he pretty much said that's when you could really see that he kind of grew in that moment.
Well, it was almost like I'm watching his body language, and, Kevin O'Connell came to talk to him, and, it wasn't like this, disappointed, I can't believe I did it, hands on my head, it was almost like, yeah, yep, I know what happened, okay. What's everyone making a big deal about this for? That was kind of how I was reading his body language. And sometimes it's hard, to do that, on TV, but it was kind of like he was unfazed by it in a way of being yep, why, why is everyone acting like the game's over? It's not. So, that's hard to do, and not everybody does it, and so I do think there's an element, and I do think that it matters, at times of this, yes, it's a guy's makeup, but I think sometimes too, if you just look at his path, right? So, an IMG quarterback with expectations insanely high, then you go to Michigan and, you're fighting for time. You have to earn your role there. And then you end up winning a national championship there, in an offense that really isn't fully dependent on you as a player. I think that's I think you can get hardened by a path like that.
Tim, we're talking Tim Hasselbeck on the Chasing Big Joe show. Is every play that you guys run in shotgun?
Oh, no, not us. No, we get under center for sure.
Because I ask, Chase knows this.
No,
I'm infuriated on 4th and 1 when a team runs from the shotgun. It happened to Middle Tennessee State on Saturday versus Wisconsin. I don't understand it, because you get that line of time to push back. It just drives me insane. I don't know why they call that play, because it hardly ever works.
Yeah. So, one, I've always believed that the quarterback should play under center and in shotgun. And I don't care where, I'm doing it now. It's, we start off with guys under center. That's what we do, even in a world of high school football where everybody's in the shotgun now. I would do the same thing if I was coaching college football. And I certainly would, with, in the pros. Kyler Murray played more snaps under center last year than he had in the previous, years of his pro career. Wow. After playing no snaps under center in college. And he has a higher quarterback rating in those snaps from under center than he does, otherwise. There's a difference to it, but it's helpful. And then to your point about 4th and 1, so I've always felt that way. I used to work with John Fox. So, John Fox, was an amazing defensive coordinator. And then, a head coach of, 2 different teams that he took to a Super Bowl. He's one of, I think, 4 people or 6 people ever to take 2 different organizations to a Super Bowl. He's a really, really good football coach, and he's a defensive-minded guy. Well, talking to him about it, he's like, it makes no sense to me. The ball is oftentimes, a half a yard, 2 feet from getting a first down. And the offense decides to move it 5 yards backwards before trying to get those 2 feet. He's like, there's no logic to it whatsoever. And I just thought, that's maybe the most basic way to say, like, what are you doing? And I think at the time I was having the conversation with Jeff Saturday, and Jeff Saturday's like, you need a half a yard? Like, I can get you a half a yard before the ball snaps. You know what I mean? Like, I pick that thing up, slide it forward a little bit, adjust a little bit. Like, before you know it, that 2 feet is now, 4 inches that we need.
Oh, I love, one of the great idioms about the NFL I always love from Bill Walsh, Joe Montana never went out of the shotgun for one simple reason. You know what that was?
You had to take your eyes off the defense.
My man. And I've always loved that little bit of knowledge about Joe Montana and Bill Walsh, because I find it fascinating in today's football that's the way it was 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah, you have to see the football to catch it, even in peripherally. And so, I think that, one of the things that, it's probably why, I feel the way I do about it, which is, the guy, and I've said this to you guys, the guy that, coaching wise for me, just the best quarterback coach, I think maybe ever, is Andy Reid. And, Andy Reid, is a disciple of Bill Walsh. Now, because of different looks, back in Bill Walsh's day, some of the, double A gap pressures and things like that could really mess up your pass protections if the quarterback's under center, have gotten teams to, adapt to playing out of the shotgun more. That stuff did not exist as much. You think you go back to that era, there weren't zone blitzes, back, kind of in that time. So, like, if you were bringing A-gap pressures and you had to play man, it was different. You could slide protections and it wasn't a problem. Well, now it is. So, you do have to be able to do both. But, yeah, I think that you can definitely see things a lot better, or at least quicker, when you're under center.
Oh, absolutely. All right, we got McCauley Friday night. They're pretty good, huh?
Is that right? Are they? Is that
good? You're welcome. I've heard that.
It's funny. We had a JV game last night, and the referee asked me, he's like, "Who do you have this week?" I said, "We play McCauley." Like, do you know if they're any good? And he he was like, I would guess that I'm like, what do you mean you would get? Like, they're defending state champs. Are you kidding me? Like they, they're identifying kids in state and out of state that are proven players as juniors and all that stuff. Like, of course they're good. So yeah, look, they're really well coached. They've got really good players, and yeah, it's a huge challenge for us. We lost to them in the semifinals last year. It was probably competitive for about 3 quarters, but the final score was, was pretty tilted in their favor. So we know we've got a big challenge, and that's why we're coaching extra hard this week.
Love it. Good luck Friday night. Tim, appreciate it as always. We'll talk to you next week.
All right. Sounds good. See you, fellas.
See you. Tim Hasselbeck joining us here on the program, head coach of Innsworth and also ESPN NFL analyst. Joins us every Tuesday at 1:00.
So I'd like to get inside his noggin and just the knowledge he's got and everything. I love talking to him.
Oh yeah. It has been fantastic. Coming up next, there is something that Big Joe thinks the Titans should do, and I've actually seen it on Titans Twitter too.
So it's true and good.
And the rationale is, what do they got to lose?
Right.
We will discuss that coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel. And, of course, we are broadcasting from the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville Studios, home of the $99 yearly Beehive membership, where the buzz is always about great service. And you can weigh in on anything that we're discussing on our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com at 615-737-1025. You believe, Joe Dubin, and I like the tie, by the way, looking good. You believe the Titans should do something, because what do they got to lose? What is that something, Joseph?
So I believe, and you can let us know your thoughts at 615-737-1025, they should activate Xavier Restrepo. The fact, what I saw on Sunday, drop passes, kind of lackluster effort, a few of those routes that were going on there. You think this guy's going to come in and be lackluster? You think this guy's going to come in and say, wow, I'm overwhelmed by the moment? This dude's, I'm looking at his body, has been proving people wrong his entire life. What do you have to lose? Could you imagine you bring him up, you put him in the slot, Cam hits him on some easy, nice crossing routes, and he gets big gains? Nissan Stadium would lose his mind. We rally around.
Lose his mind? Nissan's, we sure Nissan Stadium's a boy?
Yeah, right.
Are we sure?
We rally around those that don't get the opportunity much, those underdogs. We always rally around them. Every one of those. You get a guy can come undrafted to come in and do that, and this is beyond Cam Ward being his best friend. Put him in there. He's going to fight like hell to get open. He's going to fight like hell, yards after catch, everything. That's the passion you need right now. What have you got to lose? You want to see Ridley? Calvin Ridley dropped passes on Sunday at Nissan Stadium because he's afraid to go over the middle. The Boo Birds are raining down. Bring Xavier Restrepo in. Let him play. You have nothing to lose, everything to gain. He's not too big for that moment. He's perfect. Bring him in.
So you think calling him up is better than, obviously, look, I mean, Ridley dropped everything.
Yeah.
Like that was thrown his way.
What'd Lockett do?
Lockett, I think, was targeted one time.
Yep.
Io Manor was a rookie, but like, I mean, there was one catch he should have had. I think he was targeted a lot and had like 2 or 3.
And Cam jumped his ass because he ran the wrong route.
Right. That was one. Van Jefferson was a non-factor.
Yep.
Bryce Oliver was I think targeted one time.
I told you, we during training camp, everybody gets all gaga over the 7-8 receivers. Once the regular season starts, you ain't talking about more than 3 of these guys. So put him in. Lockett's doing nothing. Oliver's doing nothing. Van Jefferson's doing nothing. DK, let him return kicks and be there. You got nothing to lose. This guy's dying for the opportunity to get out there and play. Die. That's why Belichick loved those little slot guys.
Yeah.
Welker and Edelman. Opportunities to get out there and play and get it done. Why not bring him in? You have nothing to lose.
So who are you getting rid of? Who are you taking out?
I'd probably bench Van Jefferson.
All right. Bench Van Jefferson. Call him up. Do a game day call up.
Yep.
I see what you're saying. I don't think it makes a damn bit of difference if they do it. I mean, I think maybe, okay, Cam gets excited to play with his guy again, but would they really all of a sudden just put him into a significant role next week? I'd say the answer is no.
Why not? What else?
Because
what have you shown
because
me?
he ran a
6.4
40.
Jerry Rice ran a 4.65.
He did nothing to earn the opportunity in training camp.
He's on the practice squad.
He's on the practice squad.
Why'd they keep on the practice squad?
To see what he can develop into. But he did nothing in training camp to tell me that he is, and I was pulling for him, but he did nothing in training camp and in the preseason to tell me he is ready to be a starting NFL receiver today.
I'm not saying start.
Well, you're saying play significant time.
Bring him up. Look, you're going to nurse Ratchet. You're going to talk yourself into this.
615-737-1025.
Keep talking yourself into it.
Matt says, damn, I was going to text in the same thing about Restrepo, but didn't want to get laughed off the air.
Don't. Thank you, Matt. Love you, man. Thank you.
Joey from Gallatin, I 100% agree with Joe. Restrepo has sticky hands and a warrior spirit.
Perfect. He just described you on a Friday night. Got a warrior spirit, man. Got a warrior spirit. He loves it. Bring in Restrepo. I'm telling you, I'm going to die on this hill.
Good Lord.
Catch the strep.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. X marks the catch. We got all day with this, man. We've become 102.5 The Game, the Xavier Restrepo station. We're going to do it.
8395. So yesterday, Joe thinks Callahan is incompetent. Today, Joe thinks the solution is to sign someone that no one thinks is worthy of a roster spot. Joe asks, what do you have to lose? Credibility and a job.
You already pretty much lost your credibility because you don't know the rules. So
Right.
why not be something different? Do something different. Yeah, I do think he's incompetent as a play caller. Put him in. Put him in and do that. If Van Jefferson did nothing, Lockett did nothing, DK did nothing, what are we doing here? Ridley drops passes. Come on.
You're not going to like this, but I mean, on those cases, it is one game. So, I mean, don't they deserve another game to see what they got?
How many games has Ridley played in the National Football League?
Well,
He's scared to go over the middle. He's scared to catch the pass.
It looks like a lot of people agree with you. Dylan and Antioch, I'm actually not against this idea. Put him out there in Jefferson's place and see what happens.
Thank you.
Austin, I think it's a great idea to get Restrepo in there, but I think our coaching staff is too stupid to do that. Adam in Portland, I don't always agree with Joe. Actually, most of the time I disagree with him.
Good.
But this is a fantastic idea. If Callahan starts getting stupid, Cam could just be like, hey, dude, let's run this from the Hurricane package. If it fails, it fails. But if it works, we would have to have the loudest stadium on Sunday.
I'm right.
Thomas in Nashville. I totally agree, Joe. I would hands down give him a shot.
Yes.
Coy in Clarksville sends a message to the team. If you don't catch the football, you'll be replaced with people who can.
I am telling you right now. Look, I tell people all the time about a situation like, well, I'm not sure. And I say, what if it goes better than you ever possibly imagined? What if it goes better than you ever thought it could be? Because it could, right? So you bring him in on Sunday. What if he catches 6-7 balls, scores a touchdown, and fires his team up? I will sit there next Monday with the Xavier Restrepo jersey that you have bought me and wear it on the radio because I'm telling you, this team – right, Dr. Crane?
Catch the strep.
Shouldn't even be on the practice squad. Any other undrafted free agent with his preseason stats would have been cut. This also shows how dumb Titans fans are wanting this.
That's fine. That's fine. Hey, man, miracles happen every day. Great players evolve every day. So who was the guy that just texted that? What's
Michael.
Michael. All right. So, Michael, you were pleased, in the words of Montgomery Burns, you were pleased with the performance of the receivers on Sunday. You want to see that again? When you got an alternative, you could try to see how good he is. And if he fails on Sunday, he fails on Sunday. At least you know. But what if he succeeds and catches the ball, moves the offense? Nissan Stadium will explode.
I honestly don't think it's a bad idea to put X in. He knows Cam and how he throws, and he catches the ball. Dave in Kentucky, can Restrepo call plays? Gino, I agree with Joe, but later in the season, go 1-5, and they will start trying everything.
No, do it now. I don't want to go 1-5. I don't.
Donovan and Franklin, this is how you know you're the worst team in the league. People really think Restrepo will change the offense. Oh my God.
All right. So again, you're happy.
It's familiarity.
You're happy with the other guys.
Okay. So do I think he will be on the team before the year's over? Probably. Do I think it's next week? No.
No, I agree. But we see another porous performance by the receivers. He'll be out there. I say, why not on Sunday? I'm telling you, you need some energy on that team, on that field on Sunday. Crowd will go great for Cam. And, man, what if Restrepo does it? You don't know. These Texans don't know. We don't know till we see it. The guy's proved everybody wrong. I'm looking at him, reading all these articles about him. He's proved everybody wrong at every step in his life. Keep it going, man. X marks the catch.
6638 says he failed during training camp. 1650 or Nick and Gallatin says, have you heard of the Adam Thielen story? Let's do our version with Restrepo.
Julian Edelman's the same way.
Well, that's why I say, like, let him be on the practice squad, for half the season and see how he improves. I mean, I still think the kid was behind. Like, I don't think he was ready. And I take nothing away what he did at Miami, but he wasn't ready for the NFL. But you could get him there. So I don't think your idea is stupid. I think not this week, but I think maybe later on, then you give it a shot.
I'm with you.
615-737. I'm halfway talking myself into it.
Do it.
615-737-1025. What do you think? Should the Titans give Restrepo a shot? After 1 week, should they bring him up? 615-737-1025. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Hey, this isn't just a concert, it's a cause. Trinetics Rock the Cradle helps give fragile newborns a stronger start and keeps moms close when it matters the most. With Tim McGraw live on stage and your support behind every beat, Ascension St. Thomas is turning music into healing. Tickets are on sale now at rockthecradlenashville.org. Welcome back in, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. So I'm gonna admit something to you. I thought that the listeners would tell you that that's the dumbest thing they've ever heard. And most of them seem to agree with you.
Pound sand, fat boy. Is that what we're waiting on? Oh, man.
That's it, too.
Look, I remember the Drew Bennett story, right? When he came out in 01, like, this guy, and
right.
he's like, you put it in there. Look.
One of Floyd's best signings.
Yeah.
And he didn't even know it.
They even know it, right? So things can happen and he play out. If he goes out there and doesn't do it, then you know. Then you know. But I'm telling you, after what I saw on Sunday and the drop passes and the bad routes and everything else, why not? Give him an opportunity. He's going to fight like hell to prove he belongs.
I just want here's my thing where I will agree and disagree with you at the same time. When he gets that opportunity, I want him to be ready for it. And I don't think he's ready yet. That's my concern. That's my only concern. Like, because a guy like that gets one shot, one opportunity to seize everything he's ever wanted.
Right?
I mean,
that song's about him.
Right. But that's all. In like 6638's point, you think these coaches can get him there? They can't get the guys they have there. And I mean that. So again, if he goes in, like, he's got to ball out. When the ball comes his way, he's got to make every catch.
I've heard Derek talk about, is it Tyke Tolbert, the wide receiver coach? Yeah. I've heard great things about him.
I think
great things about him. So now you've been in this situation. You've been signed to this team since early May, late April. So you've been here 4 months. I just don't see you put him in at the slot. You got nothing out of these other guys on Sunday, like nothing. So put him in. And what if it's a success? It'd be great. Do you not want this team to win? Are you happy with the status quo? I'm not at all.
Jeremy in Clarksville says, put Restrepo in and I'll probably watch the game. Otherwise, I'll listen while I get something constructive done.
I'm telling you, Ridley drops more passes on Sunday. My goodness, the boos will be coming down on that. And then, wow, what happens is, maybe we should put him in. It's not going to hurt your team to put him in, right? You're not asking him to play quarterback. It's not going to – I don't know why people are so against this.
Bold of you to assume Callie could call a play that could actually give Restrepo a chance to be good. Here's what I'll say, though. I'm going back to something with Tyke Tolbert. When you and I want you to look at this through an objective lens, not the results of the game, but like, was Cam Ward ready to play?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he was.
Do you think the offensive line was ready to play?
For the most part.
Yep. Defense?
Yeah.
I don't think the problem, like the coaches, the assistant coaches, they're doing their job. They're getting them ready. The problem is they're either A, just not good enough, the players, or B, the actual game plan and execution, which is on the head coach.
Tyke Tolbert's been
like the receivers were ready to play. They just couldn't catch the damn ball.
Right. And look, that's not Tyke Tolbert's fault.
That's not coaching.
No.
If the ball hits you in the hands,
catch it.
That's on you.
Every time.
You make the catch. That's ability.
Yep.
Like, I guarantee you, if we went out back and one of you was the quarterback and you threw me 10 footballs, I'd probably catch one of them because I'm not athletic. I'm not good at catching the ball. But that's not coaching. That's me.
You keep that attitude up, you're good at catching these hands.
She said.
Hey-o.
I just think it would add some much needed juice to that football team. And my goodness. And again, let's do the positive on this. What if it works and it feels good and they win the game, not because of him on Sunday, but he contributes a little bit here and there. How wonderful will that be? Then you're sitting there at 1-1. You got the Colts coming to town next week. I'm telling you, you got nothing to lose.
On the YouTube chat, we are 1 game in. We're slated to lose at least 10 games. Let's give X a chance. I would rather give him a chance early and have the door open or close the rest of the year. But instead of calling Xavier, Callie needs to call 1-800-HOW-TO-COACH.
It's a lot to write on the chat right there.
Yeah, it's 3 different ones.
Oh, okay. But look, I'm not saying he wins the game, but he adds a little oomph to that game on Sunday. It's something else. Had Van Jefferson Lockett had a good game, then maybe I'd be like, those guys are still getting there. I saw nothing out of them.
1864 X is the most productive receiver in the U history. Look at the players he is in front of. He will be ready.
He has proved people wrong his entire life. It ain't stopping now. I mean, this is a great. I'm telling you, man. Big star rolling that stadium in 2 years. It's all X marks the catch the strip, Restrepo on the go. I mean, we got all kind of things.
On
man.
the go is kind of your thing.
It is, but pound sand, Tubby. So I get it, but still, man, I'm on it, brother. This is something that's going to work.
I swear, if they do that, if we get the email Saturday and he's active, you're going to be insufferable.
Why not, man?
Insufferable.
And he catches it and hits the boundary and goes for 30. And we're all screaming and yelling. Why do you? I mean, I just don't know why you don't want this team to be successful.
I do want this team to be
successful. I know.
That's
why I put him in. You're getting nothing, getting no productivity out of the other guys. And he's going to fight like hell to be there and to belong. I want that fight. I don't want to see Ridley drop any more passes, which I know it's going to happen. I just don't want to see it.
It is an interesting strategy, my friend. And you've kind of somewhat
keep talking, brother.
You're starting to convince me. I want to see this week. Show me a bounce back this week at home against the Rams. But we'll see. 615-737-1025. Hour number 3 coming up next. We'll get into a little college football because we didn't get a chance to really talk about that yesterday. We were in Madison. Really cool atmosphere. Vanderbilt, holy crap, they impressed me. I almost said something else. But we will discuss that much more coming up next. 1025 The Game. Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. Been a lively show so far. A majority of people agreeing with you on the Restrepo thing. And then I see tweets of like, hey, they should call up Restrepo.
I like it. I like the response, whether it's good or bad, that show me that people care. A lot of people want this football team to be successful. This is Nashville's football team. This is Middle Tennessee's football team. There's a lot of Titans fans outside of this area that want this team to succeed. Why not? Be different. What's happening now ain't working, right? Let's just do this, win games. We're all happy. I would love nothing better to go on another Super Bowl run. You know, like when I did when I started at Channel 2 back in 1999. It was great. Great. It'd be great to do that and watch this city come together like nothing else. You know, I saw it during the Stanley Cup when the Preds made the run. It was fantastic. Big parties downtown, everything. Sports unites us in so many ways. So I want this team to be successful. And maybe he comes in, and maybe Restrepo comes in and he blanks the bed, right? Then we know, move on, figure things out. But what if he doesn't? What if he comes in and adds that something?
I just think that even though I think it's going to end up going that way based on what I saw in 1 week, you're 1 week in, so maybe wait a few weeks is all I'm saying. And I think that's what they end up doing. I like it. He's not playing Sunday. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Don't look at me like that.
I will look at you.
Don't look at me in that tone of voice.
I will do.
Interesting weekend in college football as we were in Madison, Wisconsin, which it lived up to the hype, I thought. Like jump around, like we're sitting there in the press box looking at each other like, holy crap.
Yep. Is this happening? What's going on here? And, you know, and good for middle, 2.5 quarters. Yep. They beat Wisconsin up and down the field, dominated both of the offensive and defensive lines. Unfortunately, they couldn't convert on a 4th and 1, and Wisconsin took advantage of that. With their own Restrepo little guy that they couldn't stop, and you know, did that double reverse, scored a touchdown. So middle heads to Nevada this weekend. Hopefully gets that done.
I learned something though, that there was a call in the game where they ran a reverse and the receiver threw the ball out of bounds, and the ref explained to Derek Mason that because he wasn't the original passer, he lost the liberties to do that, which I've never heard that in my life. Turns out that's not actually a rule.
Is it not? I don't know. Yeah,
no.
That was. We'll ask Derek Mason. We own this tomorrow at 12:15.
Well, in the post-game interview, Mason made it sound like that the ref said, hey, I might have screwed that up. I owe you a steak dinner. So that it sounds like that was the wrong.
Yeah, for those who don't know, middle ran a reverse to the receiver, and then he had nowhere to go, and he threw the ball out of bounds. He was out of the tackle box, threw it past the first down marker, and they called it for illegal grounding.
And it was done. There's another team in the mid-state that we talked to their coach a couple weeks ago. They might be pretty good, and that is Austin Peay.
Right.
They gave Georgia a pretty good game. Now, was Georgia looking ahead? I think there could have been a little bit of that maybe going on. But, you know, Austin Peay hung tough. In fact, it cost Georgia 2 spots in the top 25. They dropped down to 6th.
Knocked them out of the top 5.
Yep. So they are down 2
spots. Not a bad team in Clarksville. What's up, Montgomery County?
As they get ready to go to Knoxville to take on Tennessee in week number 3. I know I shouldn't say what I'm about to say.
Uh-oh.
This is Tennessee's season, whether they want to admit it or not. Vols fans are going to come at me for that, but this is the one. This is the one on the bingo card you don't have. Mm-hmm. And you look pretty good the first 2 weeks. Look good against Syracuse. Had your way with ETSU as you should have. It looks like that Aguilar can run this offense the way that Josh Heupel wants him to and wants the quarterback to.
Right.
So, like, this is your one. And I was on a show in Kansas City yesterday. Chris Domino from Atlanta was on before me. And I think there's a little bit of like, oh, this might be the best Tennessee team we've seen.
All right. So I'm going to stop you there because during the season, we did our predictions. You had Tennessee doing what in this game? Losing.
Yes.
Right? So I don't think it wrecks their season now in this new age of college football playoffs. I'm
not saying it's going to wreck their season. I just think this is if they beat Georgia, then you're going to have everybody going like, okay, Tennessee's for real.
Yeah. Oh, I totally
This
agree.
is how you prove you're for real.
But if you lose, I don't think it's the end of the world because we kind of factored in that Georgia would take this game. Now, you want to win. I mean, I hope they win. It'd be great for the program and everybody else involved. But I wouldn't put the whole world on this game just because there's so much left to do. And in this world of the college football playoffs, you kind of get a mulligan, which I absolutely hate because every Saturday mattered. Now, like, oh, I mean, Cade Klubnik after Clemson lost to LSU. Well, we lost the game, but, we still got opportunities down there. If we, because we lost, we still get in. Look, it is a big deal because you're right. Tennessee's not beat Georgia at all since Heupel's been there, and everything's in your favor. This is a football team that's rolling pretty good right now. You're at home. It's the checker game, orange and white. Everybody's going crazy, but I've seen this script before. I've seen it before where all the hype is and they lose. Deeper question for you, Chase McCabe. Game day's coming to Knoxville. Who should the celebrity picker be Saturday morning?
Not Peyton. You've overdone it. Chesney's done it a lot.
There's one they should bring up there for Saturday.
You know who I'd like to see? Dolly.
Bingo.
Dolly would be awesome.
Yep.
I think that would be great.
That campus would be on fire.
Have they said who it is yet?
No. There's a lot of rumors it's going to be Morgan Wallen.
Yeah,
but Dolly,
he's done it before, I think.
And evidently there's an actor on this TV show called Severance that I've never watched. It's a really, really, really good TV show. And one of the actors, prominent actors, and I should probably know his name, is a UT graduate. So some are saying bring him in to do this.
So this is the Knoxville News Sentinel, the 8 best options to do it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Dolly Parton is number 1. Candace Parker, number 2.
Okay.
That'd be an interesting one.
Right.
Dalton Connect, another one. Kelsey Ballerini.
Not bad.
She's a Knoxville native. Jarrett Garantano.
No. No, absolutely not.
Tony Vitello.
No.
I think he's done it.
He did something with him last year.
Eric Berry.
Good. I'd rather have Eric Berry as more of a analyst in the
Kenny Chesney.
Yeah.
Kenny Chesney is the last one.
Okay.
So they didn't put Peyton. Peyton's done it.
He'll be there. He's not going to miss an opportunity to put his big ass head on TV.
Did you watch any of the Manningcast last
Not
night?
a second.
I watched.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. I liked Moss was on, Saquon was on, Bill Murray was on.
Oh, okay. I watched regular because I wanted to hear Aikman talk about McCarthy, and I used to bang on Aikman not being like, whatever. I find him good now, really good in his breakdown of quarterbacks, and I wanted to hear him talk about McCarthy and Caleb Williams last night, so I didn't. But I just think probably Morgan Wallen. Kelsey Ballerini's not a bad one.
Yeah.
She's from Knoxville too. I mean, if they ask me, I'm going to say I'll be on the stage.
I think Bianca Belair's done it before, who's from Knoxville,
That's right.
WWE superstar.
Wrestler. That's right.
She was a track star.
Who out of the box would you like to see? David Keith, former actor. Well, he's still an actor, but
I had to think about what you were asking me there for a second.
He was an officer gentleman. I'm not going to marry no Okie from Muskogee.
Yeah. Let's see. Who would be out? I mean, Dolly's a little outside the box because she's not sports or she's still a superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
a tough one.
Glenn Jacobs.
The mayor.
Yeah.
But he's got to be Kane. Put the mask on and come out with the fire.
Custom orange and white cane mask.
That'd be cool.
Pretty cool.
That'd actually be really cool.
We had him on a year and a half ago before Tennessee played in the national championship.
The Live Golf Open.
Yeah.
And I asked his PR, I said, do you mind if we bring up? He's like, you better.
Yeah.
It's like, embrace this. And a lot of people
all his campaign stuff was Kane themed. It was all the red and black.
Yeah, he was great too, man. So that'd be kind of cool to have him on there.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty good. That's the one. Good job, Dr. Crane. I like that one.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I think Cody Rhodes did it last year when it was in Athens. Because they went down there for that.
Right.
I think that's who it was. for then. I don't know. I say Dolly. Dolly's the right.
Yeah,
one.
it's kind of like if it's not Dolly, it's kind of like, okay. But if it's like Dolly, you're like, yeah. Let it happen. Let it go.
0365 says Kevin Hart, because apparently Kevin Hart is a big Vols fan now.
His son, I think, is a track and field.
So that's why he was there.
He was a recruit, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Weston Clarksville. Nope. Done. Contest over. Bucky the Beaver.
Oh man.
2476 says, what's Jason Witten doing these days?
He's coaching down in Dallas, right? In Plano.
Maybe.
Really doing well.
Keegan from Murfreesboro, give me Todd Helton.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That'd be a good one.
I don't think Todd does a lot of social events like that.
No, I think he's just kind of done. Matt says Leanne Morgan would probably be funny on game day.
Yes, that's a great one if she's not on tour somewhere.
Yeah.
Selling out massive arenas.
Well, look.
You know who's opening for her?
Who?
Our buddy Greg Warren.
Oh, nice.
Really?
He's opening for across the country.
If, and I haven't looked at the, all right, hang on. Let's I've got a what if game coming up next.
Okay.
Just a what if question to throw at you.
Do I have to keep my shirt on?
It's preferred that you do that.
All right.
You're not Greg Polk. Chasing Big Joe, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel, 1025 The Game. Queen Dolly bringing us back. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Unrelated, but I just saw this on Twitter. There was a report that Carrie Underwood, of course, Mrs. Fisher, as I like to refer to her as, Mike Fisher, is paid $1 million each week to do the Sunday Night Football theme. So she makes $18 million a year just doing that. That's crazy.
Look,
absolutely crazy.
Capitalism at its finest. Good for her.
All right. So here is my what if to throw your way. Talking about game day. And we'll get Charlie, hang on, we'll get to your call in a second. So let's say that Vandy goes to Columbia, South Carolina and takes care of business this week. So they're 3-0. And then they beat Georgia State and Utah State. Let's say for giggles, they beat Bama again in Tuscaloosa. So they're undefeated by the time LSU comes to Nashville. Because LSU for me would be the prime opponent to bring game day. And game day comes to Nashville to Vanderbilt for the first time since 2008.
Correct. Versus Auburn.
And it's LSU. Would Bargatze be? I mean, it'd have to be Bargatze, right?
Oh,
to be the picker.
Yeah, I guess somebody else.
I mean, he's the biggest celebrity Vanderbilt fan there is. That's truly, actually a Vanderbilt fan.
What about you?
I appreciate that, but Nate's a little bit more high profile than I am.
Nate's hosting the damn Emmy Awards.
Good
Sunday
for him.
night, primetime Emmy Awards. Diego's the pool. I mean, obviously winning, but if
I think even if they lost to Bama, but it was a respectable loss, and they're sitting there at, so what would that put them at? 5-1.
Yeah,
is that right? 5-1, and LSU's undefeated.
Could roll in the number one team in the country, and they love Nashville.
Yeah, right.
You know, one of the coolest game days when we went to Memphis when they played SMU. I don't remember that, 21 or 22, and like tens of thousands showed up on Beale Street. That was so badass.
Ricky says Theo Vaughn would be the picker.
Yeah. Theo, if you're listening, I'd stop listening to your podcast because all you do is interrupt people. If you'd pull that back a little bit, it'd be really good. So there's a little constructive criticism for you.
I mean, I like Theo Vaughn, but I just think Nate would be like.
Well, Nate did it last year when they were down. Alabama played somebody last year. He flew down and did that.
Really? No. I don't know. Just a thought. Charlie wants to give the guest picker for this week. Charlie, what's up?
Well, if you can't get Dolly to do it, I'd want Quentin Tarantino to do it. At least he always makes Knoxville references, and him and McAfee could just cuss at each other. They'd be pretty awesome.
Well, Tarantino, I think, was born in Knoxville, and every single movie
that's what he's saying
that he does, there's a Knoxville reference in every single movie.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, he at least represent. You know, I think that'd be pretty cool. Plus, it would be hilarious to watch him.
Yeah. Thanks, Charlie. Appreciate the call.
Maybe
you too.
Maybe Charlie. Charlie, that's a good point.
Good.
Are we just forgetting the guy that calls every day for donuts? Clay has to be the guest picker.
He's banned from campus.
This doesn't have to be on campus.
He's banned from campus. He eats when he's on the radio.
Yep. And he frets.
Quite
a bit. We love you, Clay.
Where
would you set up Nashville's game day? On Broadway?
No. Do it you do it on campus.
You don't have to do it on campus.
Most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, but
nah, do it on campus. Show off the new look.
They had it
cool.
In 08, they had it on campus, but
it was off of Natchez Trace, I think.
Somewhere where I was like, all right, this is part of the campus? I had no idea.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying. I think that'd be cool.
Maybe Dolly does do it.
When SEC Network was here, they did it on Broadway.
Yeah, I thought somebody did that.
Okay. That's
they set it up. I think it was last year, the year before.
I thought so. Yeah. Do it on the rooftop at Toots's. Man, have it down there. I think Dolly. Make the push for Dolly, and then if you don't get her, then you got Morgan Wallen or Kelsey Ballerini and people like that.
So looking at this week, I mean, Tennessee Georgia's the game, I think, of the week. South Carolina Vandy is a pretty good one. Alabama's going to beat the out of Wisconsin. I don't think Wisconsin's very good. We saw that firsthand.
Yeah. Well, Alabama went up there last year and curb stomped them.
Yeah.
It happened again.
Clemson, Georgia Tech could also be a sneaky good
Where's
game.
that game?
That is at Georgia Tech.
That'd be a really good game.
You got Oregon playing Northwestern. I think Oregon probably.
That's the big noon kickoff.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, we got to show Northwestern once a year. Okay, here's Oregon. Do it. Get it
done. Oklahoma plays Temple. Yawn. Central Michigan. Yawn. South Alabama. Auburn. Yawn. Villanova, Penn State. Yawn. 2:30 is Georgia, Tennessee. Oregon State, Texas Tech. Yawn. Iowa State, Arkansas State. Yawn. Louisiana, Missouri, nope. UTEP, Texas, nope. South Florida, Miami. Now that could be a good game.
Oh, absolutely. Can South Florida keep it going?
That's on the CW.
Who are the Bengal Tigers playing?
I haven't gotten there yet. Ohio State, Western Michigan, Illinois, Arkansas, Ole Miss. That could be okay. 6:00 on ESPN.
Where's that game?
That is at Ole Mississippi.
Let's go Arkansas.
The Bayou Bengals are the 6:30 game on ABC, and they are hosting the Florida Gators.
Ooh, that's going to be a good game. Was the shoe game? What was the shoe game? Was that the COVID year? The guy took the shoe off and threw it down the field for Florida, and LSU came back?
I think so, yeah. That was like the end of Dan Mullen.
Yes, and this could be the end of Billy Napier on Saturday.
6:30 on NBC. Texas A&M heads to South Bend, Indiana to take on Notre Dame. Notre Dame's only played one game. They were off last week.
Yeah, played in Miami, and they played well.
Yeah.
Just got the loss. It's a big game. Remember Notre Dame last year went down to College Station and laid it upon the on A&M. So what can happen? It's a big game. Big game for both teams.
Yeah. So it's a pretty decent slate. Top 25 games. Yeah. Middle goes to Nevada.
4:00 game.
So you'll be out in Reno.
A lot like Reno.
And you'll get back at 3 a.m.
3 a.m., right? And then head straight downtown for the Titans pregame show at JBJ's.
Get a little nap in.
Me and Derek Mason and Chris Sanders.
Gonna be
bringing you the latest.
Looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. Those are fun. I like those two dudes. They're good.
Yeah. They're all right.
Yeah, right.
They do a good job.
I love, I love, and you do too, football so much. When you get a chance to talk to Chris and Derek about plays and moments and players and things that happen and losses and wins, it's always fun.
If LSU's an 8.5 point favorite.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah. If they beat the snot out of Florida, which is what I kind of think is going to happen, like they don't do it, but I mean, he's done.
Yeah. If they're not competitive,
they're
done.
Yeah.
Now, if they lose 34-31 on a last second field goal, he's okay. But if they can be like 41-6 and they're not competitive, that's the key. Are you competitive?
So they lose 18-16 to South Florida. Oh my! Listen to this schedule.
Okay.
At LSU, at Miami, Texas at home, at Texas A&M. That's their next 4 games. He's got no chance.
Oh my God!
He's not going to make it.
And then Tennessee,
and then they played Mississippi State, and Mississippi State might be good.
What are their last 2 games?
Tennessee and Florida State. Here is the rest of the schedule. So I'm at Texas A&M, Mississippi State at home, Georgia in Jacksonville.
Good Lord!
At Kentucky, at Ole Miss, Tennessee, Florida State.
They might, if he goes 3-9, he may get Coach of the Year. God Almighty!
Like LSU, they're going to lose to LSU. They're probably going to lose to Miami. No, they're going to lose to Miami. They're going to lose to Texas.
Yep.
They're going to lose to Texas A&M. They might lose to Mississippi State. Georgia will beat them. They'll probably beat Kentucky. And then probably, they're not. He's not making it. I will be very surprised.
That's why that South Florida game was so
if he had beaten South Florida, then he would have, and then they're competitive against some of these other, then you're going to get, well, it was a really tough schedule.
What if Billy Napier and the Florida fans say, all right, we got to sacrifice somebody. It's Gator Mike.
Poor Gator Mike. Oh.
Sorry, Mike. We love you, man.
We
Take
may
care.
have a new winner for the guest pickers. 9531 says Mike Keith with Amy Adams Strong. Mike's gonna be a little busy.
Yeah, a little busy.
Getting ready.
So, Amy, how you doing? You doing well? Or the prepared statement. Thank you, Mike. I am doing well today. It is a pleasure to be here with you. Isn't that there's some Simpsons thing where
Yes.
they
There's something like that.
Homer's voice or Moe's voice or something?
Yeah, something like that. That sounds like the Al Gore doll.
Right?
You are hearing me talk.
Oh, man.
615-737-1025. We will get back into the Titans and revisit some of our topics from earlier today, including what's something positive with the Titans right now. We'll discuss next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. You will be singing this song later tonight at it's been 15 years I almost at Greer Stadium, or 10 years and I almost at Greer Stadium at First Horizon Park.
I'm gonna harken back to Harry Carey.
And a 1 and a 2.
Let me hear you.
Please do that.
God, that was some great moments watching that on WGN. Harry do that, and he had no idea what beer he was on and what he was singing, but God, he was beloved.
He was.
The best was when they would do the shows from the outfield, and he was so hammered and he was sunburnt and pissed off, and just like, this is great. We did not know how well we had it in the mid '80s watching Harry Carey from the bleachers at Wrigley Field.
So earlier this year, I went to Wrigley, went to a game, and our friend Ryan, who's with 670 The Score, took me up to the booth. And I was like, man, this is really cool. And I said, so is this where Harry Carey did games? And they were like, either here or over, the booth next door. And then one of the guys goes, actually, it was right here where he would lay down and sleep it off. I was like, that's so cool.
Oh, yes.
So that was pretty good. So what is something positive from the Titans?
Oh, okay.
Not named Cam Ward.
We had this earlier. I like Roger McCreary. I think he played really well. I'd see more of him playing during the game and not just coming as a nickel back. And I think get him more active in there. I think that's a good positive so far. I know yours was.
I said special teams, and then I said Chim DK because he had a 71-yard return. And the Titans have not had that type of return, I believe, since like 2018.
Yeah, right. I like it. I mean, but let him do that. I don't want to see a receiver. Let him concentrate on returning the punts and kickoffs. Let him do that.
I mean, they haven't had like Mariani was a good returner, but I mean, like they haven't had a decent returner other than him since the guy that's going to be in here in 25 minutes.
Who was the guy that the opening kickoff was the 2013 season, caught it at the 1 and backed up and
Ryan Mouton.
No, Darius Renaud.
That's right.
That was it. And I was like that. And they started the season without even doing a play. They were down 2-0.
Yeah. Mouton was the one that fumbled it. He like had one and like literally went through.
That's right. Yeah. He ran like a 4.3. I mean, guy was from Hawaii, was a blazer and just couldn't get it done. Yeah. So there's some positive. And look, you said not in Cam Ward. You quarterbacks breaking down Cam.
Yeah. They have been really positive on the film.
Yes. If the damn receivers would have caught the ball and run the right route, it could be even better. We talk about the aggressive play calling when you have the ball on their own 5-yard line. Just run it. Those are 3 passes that not added to his attempts completion stat. That's out of it. But I thought he did well. I loved it when we jumped Io Manner's butt for running the wrong route. When DK ran that punt down the field, Cam Ward was the first one to feel like, let's go, get it done. And they kicked a field goal. I really like Cam Ward.
Lenny said, I'm positive that less than half the players that are on the team will be there when they have a winning season.
Oh, Lenny, I'm sorry, buddy.
I'm Lenny.
What does Carl think? I don't know, Homer.
It's more Homer.
Yeah.
Hiya, Homer. Oh, that's Mo.
Oh, Hank Azaria came to town and I tried to get him on. I couldn't get him on.
He wouldn't want to come on with us though, because we would just the whole time be like, "All right, do Mr. Burns, do Lenny, do who else? Skinner? No, Harry Shearer did Skinner.
Mo. He won't do Apu anymore.
Yeah,
but it's still. I want to do the whole Mo thing.
Just do the whole interview as Mo.
The entire. We'll pay you too to do that. Homer.
He was also on Friends.
He was.
He did several guest band Mad About You.
What was the movie he's really cut and buff in that he was is it Forgetting Sarah Marshall or one of those movies? He was no, Along Comes Polly, but that was it maybe. Yeah.
Oh, there's another one. There's an underrated one he does that I really enjoy. Comic book guy.
Oh, he does that voice.
He does Chief Wiggum as well. Wiggum's funny.
Comic book guy. It's great. They never named him on The Simpsons. They never gave him a name.
He did Frank Grimes.
Did he?
I think. No, not in the original one. He did Dr. Nick.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Nick. Yeah, I mean, there is a list of every character he has ever done.
I think Julie Kavner turned 75 this past weekend. Didn't have her for celebrity birthdays.
Oh, dang.
I mean, that show's been on since, what, 88, 89, right in there, roughly?
87 is when it started on Tracy Ullman. So Marge, she did, hang on, trying to find all the voices. She did Patty and Selma, right?
Yep.
So and Jackie, basically all of them.
Who did Lurleen Lumpkin?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
That's
poor
a great
Homer.
question.
Poor guy.
Oh.
Damn it, well.
Is the defense better than maybe we thought after one game?
I think they did. They confused Bo Nix. I thought they
Yeah.
did well. I thought the push up front was good. I thought Cody Barton and Cedric Gray played
I
good
like
at
Cody
linebackers.
Barton.
I thought they did well. Brownlee needs to calm down just a tad bit.
A little bit.
I like the aggressiveness, just calm down a little bit. But look, I thought they played well, and that Broncos offense was supposed to be so good. Think about it. I mean, if the opportunity when the Broncos scored before the half, shouldn't have had that opportunity to get the ball if Callahan would have not been aggressive and just ran the ball out. But again, if you lose, you're not happy with that, but all the defense played just a tad bit better.
So John asked this question on the YouTube chat. Would you like trading for, or would you think trading for Tyreek Hill makes the most sense right now? We need a superstar weapon that is ready to win like yesterday, and Cam needs a reliable pass catcher to help turn things around. Not no, but hell no.
No.
I don't want that guy anywhere near Cam Ward.
And if Hill goes anywhere, he goes one place.
Kansas City.
Bingo.
Back to Kansas City.
Back to Kansas City. Back to Kansas City. And no, they don't need no.
Jerry would probably do something dumb and trade for him.
Well, evidently he's been accused of domestic assault. That came out
Again?
today. It's on the ESPN.com. Yeah.
Oh.
So that happened. So no, you don't.
I don't want that guy anywhere near this team.
Not when you got him Xavier Restrepo ready to step
Catch
in.
the strip, baby. You want this sickness.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yes. Keep it going, man. We got it. Catch the strep. You want the sickness. X marks the catch.
You don't need this vaccine.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
He'll tap. And come drag Chase out of here a little bit.
Yeah,
What's going
sorry.
on? I just think
Mo's Tavern.
Hi, Mo.
oh man. Oh, what about the Aerosmith when they get mad and Homer gets mad at Mo because they're not friends anymore? And
Must kill Mo.
poor
Must
Homer
kill Mo.
goes to the bar, man. God,
That's the flaming Mo.
Flaming Mo.
It's the flaming Homer, but he goes
Yep.
the flaming and no, one of my favorite things with Aerosmith in that is Steven Tyler goes, "Hello, St. Louis, Springfield. Are you ready to rock?"
That's also, is that the Hugh Jazz
That
phone
is,
call?
yeah. And he goes, "Hi, I'm Huge Ass."
Hey, sir, this is a prank call gone horribly wrong. I'm so sorry.
What a nice young man. Well, best of luck.
So good. Oh, so good.
I love that. Coming up next, we'll tell you what day it is and celebrity birthdays and the mashup, which Dr. Crane is borderline giddy about. He says it's going to be a good one.
Good.
We will do that coming up next. Chasing Big Joe on our 2-5 The Game.
Moe's Tavern, Moe speaking.
Yes, I'm looking for a Mrs. O'Problem. First name B.
Yeah, just a minute, I'll check. B.O. Problem. B.O. Problem. Come on, guys, do I have a B.O. problem here?
You sure do.
Oh, it's you, isn't it?
I love that's the best part of that whole thing is Barney going, "You sure do." Jason Big Joe 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday, of course, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel. Appreciate them. Go check out the Sounds game tonight as they take on the Gwinnett Stripers. I almost call them Braves. That's what they used to be, but they are the AAA of the Atlanta Braves over at First Horizon Park. First pitch at 6:35. Big Joe will be leading the crowd and take me out to the ball game.
Get ready for an epic night in Music City.
You can listen on 94.9 The Fan. It's presented by Twin Peaks and Family Leisure. With that, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays. This is brought to you by Jarrett Companies, Inc. Use their electrical division for installations, inspections, upgrades, and more. JarrettCompaniesInc.com, above and beyond industry standards.
All right. First on this, we have Care Bears Share Your Care Day. So if you have a Care Bear, share your Care Bear.
I know all about, trust me, the Care Bears. Good Lord.
Did little Hannah like the Care Bears?
Yep.
Those are the ones you like inflated at the mall, and knows what those are?
That's Build-A-Bear.
Build-A-Bear.
Come
Sorry.
on, man. Get your
Care
right.
Bears, like that's my age too. Like they were kind of, I mean, not I wasn't into them obviously, but
sure you weren't, Jay.
Shut up.
Here's something people might be interested in: International Buy a Priest a Beer Day. So if you know a priest, buy him a beer.
Can we?
Yeah,
priests
yeah,
drink?
priests. Yeah, they can drink. Why wouldn't they? They drink wine every mass.
Well, that's true.
International Sudoku Day. So if you like playing that little paper game, go ahead. National I Love Food Day. Every
That's
day.
Joe and I every day.
Every day, baby.
National Ants on a Log Day.
Well,
Yep, that's actually celery with peanut butter in it, and then you actually have raisins. But you know, some people interpret it differently. National Steak Oh boy, this is French.
Oh God.
National Steak Our Porre Day. Out of Porre. There's a V in there and an I don't know. It looks delicious. I might eat it. It has watermelon with it. All right, I'm cool. I'm down. National Teddy Bear Day is today.
Nice.
National Wiener Schnitzel Day is today as well. National Testers Day. So if you like testing, go ahead, you nerd.
do you know where you can get a lot of cute teddy bears? East Nashville.
Really? At the local McDonald's or?
Just keep going, man.
Okay. We also have
5 points.
Wonderful Weirdos Day is today. So
Oh, yeah, that's us.
that wraps up the days of what we got.
Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. All right, time for celebrity birthdays. You
Thank
got to get
God.
these within two. Our first birthday, actor Hugh Grant.
Oh, you love Hugh Grant.
I do. I love his dad, Lou Grant.
Hugh Grant is 57.
62.
65. Adam Sandler. How old is Adam Sandler today?
57.
Talk about a hand thing, Joe. This guy. 61.
What?
A little trumpet thing. Adam Sandler does this.
May I remind you, this is a family show.
I don't know, not anymore. I think we're gonna get
Adam Sandler's
get a rating
59. That's a push.
I'm just saying. Okay, never mind. He does the hand thing, man.
Okay.
Like with the trumpets.
Yeah, gotcha. Singer Michael Bublé. How old is Michael Bublé?
God. 48.
50.
49. That's two pushes.
Pushed it real good.
Actress Michelle Williams. Now, was she not married or engaged to Heath Ledger? And she was in Brokeback Mountain, I believe.
Maybe.
Michelle Williams. Actress.
46.
50.
45. Chase on the board with one. Well done there. Reese Witherspoon's daughter, Ava Philippe. Ryan Felipe. Ava Felipe.
24.
20.
26. Chase up 2-0.
Wait, hang on. Reese Witherspoon is old enough to have a 26-year-old daughter.
Isn't that crazy?
Jeez, I'm old.
Actor Tom Wopat from Dukes of Hazzard.
74.
81.
74 exactly. 4-0. Chaser. Oh, Charles Eston from the TV show Nashville. He was also in The Office.
Chip Eston. 52.
49.
60.
Jeez.
Model Rachel Hunter. I think she used to be married to Rod Stewart at one time.
74.
70.
56. Actor Eric Stonestreet from Modern Family. Such an underrated show.
54.
58.
54 exactly. Chaser's up 6-0. Come on, Dr. Crane. Elliot from E.T. Henry Thomas. Elliot.
45.
42.
He is 54 years old.
Wow.
Good Lord. Christian singer Lauren Daigle.
36.
32.
34. It's another push. All right. Joe Theismann, who lives in Memphis.
Quarterback?
That guy.
68.
70.
76. Bob Stoops.
64.
68.
65. Chase up 7-0. Dan Marley, former Phoenix Sun basketball player.
57.
49.
60. Todd Zeal, former Cardinal catcher.
63.
71.
60. Down the last two. B.J. Armstrong, former guard for the Chicago Bulls.
63.
55.
58. Dr. Crane, you've been so close. Our last birthday, and Dr. Crane, I'll let you have help on this because you have the biggest Duke basketball fan in there with you, but Chase, you'll go first. How old is Shane Battier?
Ooh. 48.
45.
47. Chaser wins 8-0. That's a skunk. Sorry.
With that, I'm excited because Dr. Crane's excited. Let's get to the mashup for today. And a good Tuesday, everybody. Welcome in Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Wes in Clarksville says, would you hire a plumber that never installed a toilet?
Oh, my Lord. That's perfect.
That is a great analogy, Wes.
That is fantastic.
He's a good player.
Generational.
Club. He's generational. He's not like Cookie. Cookie's man. Love Cookie.
I was like, what are you talking about? Jerry Cook.
Jerry Cook is cooking. Joey from Gallatin. I 100% agree with Joe. Restrepo has sticky hands and a warrior spirit.
Perfect. He just described you on a Friday night.
A
warrior spirit, man. Got a warrior spirit. He loves it. Bring in Restrepo. I'm telling you, I'm going to die on this hill.
Good Lord.
Catch the strip.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. X marks the catch. We got all day with this, man. Xavier Restrepo ready to step
Catch
in.
the strip, baby. You want this sickness.
Oh, that's fantastic. Could you imagine you bring him up, you put him in the slot, Cam hits him on some easy, nice crossing routes, he gets big gains. Nissan Stadium would lose his mind. We rally around.
Lose his mind? We sure Nissan Stadium's a boy?
Yeah, right.
Are we sure?
Pound sand, fat boy. Is that what we're waiting on? Oh, man.
That's it, too.
So, Amy, how you doing? You doing well? Or the prepared statement. Thank you, Mike. I am doing well today. It is a pleasure to be here with you. You got to disseminate. Did I say that word correctly? Disseminate?
Yeah.
It's good enough. Is that, did I say?
He's like, yeah, sure.
Is that, I'm not going to say what I think that word means to me somehow, but you got
good.
I feel like you're going down a slippery slope.
Yeah, right. I mean, with it's what farmers do. So listen, with their cows, right? How they,
Yep,
All right, thank you.
Oh God, that's in the Hall of Fame.
Oh my goodness.
Well done, Dr. Crane.
Oh, so
This
good.
is some of the stuff that we say here on.
I don't remember any of that. Sorry.
No, I never. No, it just kind of happens in the moment. That is going to do it for us. DVD coming up next.
Hey, as we told you earlier, that September is National Suicide Prevention Month, and we've all lost some dear friends to suicide over the last couple of years, and we hate it. So we ask, if you're going through something, please talk to somebody. Please reach out on your cell phone. If you need help, you can dial 988. Somebody's always there to talk to you. If you need professional help, we've partnered with Unity Psychiatric Care here in Middle Tennessee. Helps just around the corner. Go to our website, thegamenashville.com. Click on the Chase and Big Joe show. You'll see a drop down for Unity Psychiatric Care. As we tell you all the time, and I truly believe this, our world is truly a better place because you are here. I've seen the collateral damage, what happens when somebody takes their lives. It's not pretty. Please reach out, talk to somebody. No, we love you, and you're doing great. We love you so much, and more importantly, more than anything else, God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. DVD continues the Titans talk next here on 102.5 The Game.